I don't think an AI can act better than us, so we are safe that way.
Acting for sure, yeah.
So मेरे ख्याल से पहले when there was no AI and nothing else, there were equivalent threats then also of different kinds, whatever it is. But now it's electronic, now it's something else.
As far as creative writing is concerned, AI is a tool. So as long as it's a tool and we respect the fact that it needs to be used as a tool. So it's fine. I mean, there's nothing to be scared about or worried about. It's not interfering with my life.
Anything new is a little, people are wary of it. And these are not the people who are actually going to be using it at the fullest.
Same as
यार मतलब ठीक है आगे बढ़ो और अपने बारे में कितना बात करेगा आदमी आप मुझे दूसरों के बारे में पूछिए तो मैं बताऊंगा कि मतलब रॉबर्ट लुडलुप ने क्या लिखा था.
Hello everyone, welcome to News 18. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with Kay Kay Menon, Neeraj Pandey and Vinay Pathak. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
How are you all?
All good.
All good? First things first, the trailer looks fantastic, like I was saying. People are talking about
Thank
it,
you.
which I think is really good. To start off, to the captain of the ship, was there always a plan to create a franchise out of special ops?
Absolutely. I mean, that was why we do seasons, right? I mean, that's the nature of the format, and that's what we wanted to do with Special Ops, the franchisee, right from day zero. When we did the season 1, we were very clear about the fact that if it gets embraced by the audience, there should be a clear-cut route that we'll take in terms of the storytelling. We disrupted that route. That's a
with
different
1.5.
story. Yeah. But I mean, the idea was always to convert it into a franchise.
Right. So will there be Special Ops 2.5?
Not 2.5. Yeah. No, not
that.
Not
Directly
that.
3, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Great. The subject is very, very interesting and I think relevant. It talks about the dangers of AI, cyber attacks, of course. थोड़ा सा बताइए उसके बारे में. What is your thought on this? Off late, by the way, I think this was last month, India saw an increased surge in cyber attacks. So, of course, it comes at a very relevant time. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, if you're asking me the
All of
question
you,
that you
yeah.
should pose to the writer, I'll definitely take that question. I think rightly so. No? I mean, if it's such a current and hot topic,
Right.
and if he's been able to weave such a wonderful story around it, I think it's great. It's a great fodder for writers, for storytellers, because somewhere our stories are coming out of the time and space that we're living in.
Right. Anything you want to add?
That's it.
Perfect.
No, you don't want to add anything?
No.
Okay.
He summed it up beautifully.
I usually
You summed it up pretty well.
He summed it up really well, and there's no need for a post.
I'm the night watchman. उधर ही रोक के रखने का. इसके आगे innings नहीं बढ़ेगी.
But then a lot of people are saying what took almost 5 years to come up with the second season? I'm sure the writing takes time. Beach mein there was 1.5 also.
Yeah, there was 1.5,
Yeah.
and I think it didn't last 6-8 months was because the merger that had not happened. So we were waiting for that, and now that's fallen in place. This one's coming out as a flagship program.
Great, fantastic. But when we talk about the dangers of AI, I think it's sort of interfering with every industry, every sector. Of late, there's a lot of conversation about, how it could perhaps infiltrate the realm of writing also, in films, in series. It is a scary thought, right? For so many people to lose their jobs, but it could have its advantages also. Iske bare mein, being creative people, what do you have to say about that? Sir, if
I
we
don't
can
think
start
an AI
with you.
can act better than us, so we are safe that way.
Acting for sure, yeah.
So I really can't say anything about other professions. I don't know.
But
I mean, banking and this. I have no idea how it affects that. But I can speak within the limited knowledge of what we do. I think AI could be an asset more than a threat.
Okay.
वो क्या है ना, जब से घर बनाया ना हमने ताला लगा हुआ था और चोर तो तभी भी थे और चोर एक उसका ताला खोलने का अपना तरीका ढूंढ लेता है. तो इसलिए it's unnecessary panic about, oh, you know, this might happen, that might happen. Trust the lock and see something and upgrade it, you know, the moment you find that lock has been broken. So that's the way you got to look at it. Otherwise, if you start panicking about everything, every little thing that happens, then there's no end to it. Yeah, now it's more visible because of all the media and social and all stuff. मेरे ख्याल से पहले, when there was no AI and nothing else, there were equivalent threats then also of different kinds, whatever it is. But now it's electronic, now it's something else. So all you need to do is be on guard to whatever, I mean, do whatever the experts tell you, and that's it.
Right. But as a writer, do you feel it could sort of interfere with the process of writing? Because people are resorting to AI and ChatGPT for scripts today. Yeah,
and good luck to them. But as far as creative writing is concerned, AI is a tool. So as long as it's a tool, and we respect the fact that it needs to be used as a tool. So it's fine. I mean, there's nothing to be scared about or worried about. It's not interfering with my life at all. That much I can say. And as long as we put it to use in a good way, creative way, it's a fantastic tool. And everyone should be happy with it. Yeah.
I don't think any technology is bad.
Yeah.
It's how you use it. I mean, simply put, because when car was invented, you could always be afraid of accidents. And sorry, log mar jayenge, ye ho jayega. But there is a way out of it. I mean, you use the technology to your advantage, the way it is, use as an assist to you, and then go on with life.
Do you see AI as a threat, maybe?
I don't. As you very rightly said, that anything that is very new, it it has a tendency of making people insecure about it. Anything new is a little, people are wary of it, and these are not the people who are actually going to be using it at the fullest. This is, I'm not calling it a hoax, but I'm calling it a conspiracy theory that happens in the media, in the, you remember when television came about, like ab to koi nahi jayega yaar cinema dekhne. Aisa hota nahi hai. But we are speculating.
Right.
So we love to speculate. So let's speculate.
So the idea is to adapt.
Perhaps.
Of course. That. Moving on then, sir, I think your first film, Naseem, had released in 95, which is like 30 years of you this year, technically. How do you look back at these 3 decades?
No.
Naseem. Why am I going Naseem? I was about to get up and start to dance. That Naseem song. Sorry, my bad.
It was a small film again.
Yeah.
You had a small role in it.
Yeah, small. Yeah. So how do I look at it? No major complaints. That's my answer.
Largely.
Yeah, largely no complaints. Enjoyed the whole process. 30 years. Learned a lot. Still improving. That's it.
That's it.
That's it, sort of. Otherwise,
do you tend to sometimes look back at the films that you have done, maybe sometimes learn from them? Because see, what happens is today when you're looking at a film, let's say that released 15 years back, for instance, you tend to look at it from a very critical lens. Does that happen with you?
No, I'm quite practical.
Okay.
That you cannot have the wisdom of a 45-year-old when you are 25. It's not possible. I'm quite pragmatic about that. So I look at everything from that perspective. When I see a 25-year-old person acting or behaving the way he or she does, I grant them that, because that's how they are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's how I was. So I don't really look at it that critically. I look at it very pragmatically.
Right. Do you tend to look at your older films critically?
Not at all. Even newer films.
That's a great positive attitude.
It's not one Buddha approach to life. It's not at all. I just find it too uncouth to sit and watch my own self.
Same as
यार, मतलब ठीक है, आगे बढ़ो और अपने बारे में कितना बात करेगा आदमी. आप मुझे दूसरों के बारे में पूछिए तो मैं बताऊंगा कि मतलब रॉबर्ट लुडलुप ने क्या लिखा था. वो exciting.
No, but I just heard you. The person before me was asking you about Bheja Fry and Khosla Ka Ghosla. Of course, these are
And how I dodged that question. Did you see that? He picked it up, but I dodged it. I just let it. It was a bouncer I didn't want to face. Like well left, as KL Rahul would do.
No, but listen, these are cult hits.
Of course,
of course.
they should be.
Yes.
Again, they should be spoken about every day. I don't need to
100%.
speak about it every day. Is all I'm saying.
No, but I am saying I as an audience, solely this is please my perspective,
Yes,
correct
yes.
me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
The kind of films that we are seeing today on the big screen, of course, event films, actioners mostly. On the small screen, it's these gritty thrillers that we get to see, murder mysteries. Films like those, they're like a breath of fresh air. You feel like going back to them and revisiting them time and again. Do you all feel that there's a dearth of such intimate, small little films?
I feel that that's how nostalgia works in beautiful ways. You're sitting here today and you have such a beautiful memory of what you just explained. 50 years from now, somebody of your similar age of yours and similar, they would have maybe a beautiful memory about Special Ops 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe Special Ops 7 that they saw, and they think that people don't make Special Ops 7 kind of films anymore. How did you do that? And we would still be old and around and trying to find an answer to that. But it is what it is. In every time and space, there are things that people do and there are things that people don't. And with time
And it's funny because I don't know, but it's a pretty easy guess for me. The amount of struggle and the amount of pure play pain it would have taken to make these films.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like people forget that.
Correct.
I've not been a part of Bheja Fry, but I can take a safe bet on that because we've all made those kind of films.
Yes.
Of course.
तो उसको बनने के पीछे की जो कहानी है वो आज बोलना बड़ा आसान होता है कि हाँ मतलब that it was magic and nice and all that, but yeah, it was an adventure then.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure that those adventures are again going to
happen.
yeah, they're going to happen. There are going to be independent films. There are going to be the kind of films that you're talking about. They're going to be made again. And it's cyclic and it will happen.
मुझसे बेहतर कहने वाले तुमसे बेहतर सुनने वाले आएंगे कल
बिल्कुल आना चाहिए आएंगे बिल्कुल but thank you so much to all of you. I look forward to what this season has in store and hopefully the third one also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.